How you going, everyone? So yeah, as you've seen in a few videos, I've had a few issues with my sounder. My wiring's been full of water and it's corroded. So I've got Elliot here from Wire Guy to run through how to waterproof your sounder connections.
Hi guys, how you doing? Yeah, so we're just going to do a few simple little tricks to really make a watertight connection where you're not gonna have to worry about condensation and corrosion over time when you're out in the kayak and water's going all around the boat. So yeah, we're gonna get started and show you a few little tricks to make your life a bit easier. All right, guys. So the purpose of this video is essentially we want to keep everything watertight. So right here we have a waterproof box that has a 7 amp hour battery in it. So this is what goes to the sounder. Now this could be used for other electronics as well, but today we're doing it for a sounder. And so what we're going to be doing is connecting this connector up. That goes into here. And then we're going to solder these wires onto this point here with the fuse. That then runs to the sounder. So the purpose of this is really to get these nice and watertight so you don't have to have any problems. And to do that, we're going to start with this watertight fuse. So tinned wire, so it's not going to corrode. Pull it off, nice tight water tight fitting there. We have some heat shrink. Now this is different than your standard heat shrink. It's glue filled, so when you heat this up, it actually melts around the wire and it creates a seal with all the glue inside. So it's perfect for your outdoors and boats and anything that's going to be exposed to the weather. Got some more of it there. We got our soldering iron. That's going to get everything together. Our solder, and then we just have our little torch to heat up the heat shrink. So we'll get started. All right, so what we're going to do is just heat up this wire here, and then we're going to go ahead and push the solder through it, just moving it back and forth, getting it nice and tinned up so you can see it's all plenty of solder there. So now we're just going to tin the other side. And once we have that, trim that off a little. Now we'll connect these two like so. You see that wire. Connecting together. So once that bonded like that, I mean, you could take both hands and try to pull it apart and it won't come apart. So you can see it's nice and that connection's not going anywhere. So just hit that heat at all sides of the heat shrink. See it's closing in nicely. Nice tight fit. You can even just touch around the edges and make sure it's all snug. But yeah, it's a lot thicker than your standard heat shrink, and you won't have to worry about any water getting inside. And I'll just do that one over there. Alright. So now we're just going to cut this thing down a little bit so we can have everything nice and even. So we will cut this back a bit here. Strip this back. Tin this one up as well. Now you can also twist the wires together and solder it. It just comes down to personal preference. got one last wire to connect. So you can see how that just melts together perfectly and creates a super solid connection. If you shave those ends off, you would think it was one connection without two parts coming together. So I'll just trim off those little edges there. Just nice and smooth. There we are, just like that. So you got a super watertight connection. Now from here, if you want to make it pretty, you could tape it up. You can put some conduit over it and tie it in nicely so nothing is disrupted. But yeah, everything you need. Put your fuse in, plug it in, and you'll have power. Just like that.
So yeah, Elliot just finished up there, and we just tidied it up with a bit of conduit and some tape. Just plugged into the sounder, give it a test run. It works, and yeah, it's definitely waterproof way of doing it, and hopefully it lasts a lot longer than it did before. Yeah, thanks for watching. Cheers.